Hello, I'm back from my very long absence. Wow, I streamed like a month ago. Hello everybody. It is my birthday. Well, not actually, tomorrow's my birthday. But for the sake of today, it is my birthday. Yay! Happy Pride Month as well. I love having a birthday in Pride Month. It feels nice. I have been recovering from top surgery. That's why I've, not been streaming or doing anything for quite a while now. But man, I've missed it. I've missed streaming, if you can believe it. With how infrequently I stream, I have missed it. Birth, yes! I was evicted from the womb on this day many moons ago. It's totally today, not tomorrow. Definitely today. Anyway, so I thought it'd be fun to do a little kind of art recap because I started doing digital art in 2017 and I felt like doing it for my birthday because why not? I could have waited until next year so it would be 10 years of art, but I'm too impatient. I just couldn't be bothered to wait. Happy Pride, off surgery birthday tomorrow. Thank you. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say that won't be already in the slideshow. Wait, hold on. Actually, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot. We're gonna have two of those, 1 hour of silence occasionally broken by videos playing in the background. Number one. We're gonna have the laugh track. So, we'll see how old this gets. And then we have 10 hours of silence interrupted by Vine Boom sound effect. This is a great idea. This is a fantastic idea. Metal pipe? You know what? Why not? We'll have 3. We'll have 3. 1 hour of silence, metal pipe. Hold on. Lovely. Hold on, let me switch the metal pipe to my other account so that I don't get an ad break. This is a great idea. This is definitely not going to get old really fast. Also, I don't know how loud it is for you guys on stream. What about Pikmin? Maybe. We can't have too many. I think 3 is quite a few. I'm gonna keep it at 3 for now. Because I think having a laugh track in the Vine Boom looking at old art is funny. I'm gonna keep it at 3. Okay, well anyway, let me get out the trusty pointer. Welcome to the art gallery. Here's a little meet the artist thing. The artist is me. Been drawing since 2017, like I said. I draw with my finger on my iPad. I am a fingerer. You gotta finger your art. I use an app called Sketchbook that used to be owned by Autodesk. Apparently it isn't anymore, but it used to be. People keep telling me I draw really fast, and I am self-taught. Pretty much every single thing you'll see today, I drew with my finger. There's only, maybe 2 that I drew with an Apple Pencil, but you're not missing much. I love overlay layers. I like drawing expressions, hair, and eyes, which is why I draw stuff like this in my sketchbook all the time. I hate drawing hands. They are my worst enemy. That is that. Then we have this, which I found in my Google Drive not too long ago, and I rewatched it, and man, I peaked at 13 with this video. You may be called Mr. Finger. I hate that. Thank you for that. They called me Mr. Finger back in college. God damn it. Anyway, so I made this when I was 13. So you get to hear what I sounded like before testosterone. Hold on, let me pause the music. Okay. Get ready for peak.
Do you hate drawing on sad paper? It can be difficult, especially when your hand starts cramping. Just take your notebook and throw it away. Because with the new sketchbook, you can draw anything, anywhere, at any time. It's even available on computers. And if you get the free subscription, you can enhance your drawing experience with even more tools.
The fucking laugh track is... Oh my god. Why is it going so long? No, I'm going back. The laugh track fucking ruined the momentum.
New sketchbook. You can draw anything, anywhere, at any time. It's even available on computers. And if you get the free subscription, you can enhance your drawing experience with even more tools to make your drawing look even better.
Miku mention.
These are some real reviews from real customers. Get it for free on the App Store today.
This right here, folks, is my magnum opus. Everything I've done since is trash. There's no going up from that. It's all downhill from here. I don't mean to peek the mic. Oh, god damn it. Anyway. So there's that. Next. Okay, so this is what I call the Halloween girl. Very, very creative name. But it's because I drew her initially in 2018, and then it just kind of became a tradition to draw her every single year since. Born to be a video editor, basically. I have been using iMovie since I was 8 years old. I came out the womb making videos, basically. But this is kind of like a way I tend to keep track of my art progress. Even though last year's is, she sure does look like that. Oh god, the jaundice girl. Yeah, basically. I was so bad at picking skin tones. Which you'll see. You'll see. They all had jaundice. They all had cheese for skin. They did not look very good. But yeah, I don't think this character design is a very good one to keep track of my art progress. But you know, it's been going for like almost 10 years at this point, so I can't kill it now. This is a little precursor of like what we're getting into. Here's the year that started it all. Also, quick side note, I added the exact titles for every single piece as they appeared in my app that I draw with, except like the really like later on ones because I got lazy. But so any misspellings you see is how I spelt it then. Anyway, this is the one that started it all. This beauty. Now, if you're looking at this and think, this character looks a little familiar, you would be correct. And you want to know why? It's because I was a Yandere Simulator fan. Oh no, sound the alarm! Child me enjoyed it. Very unfortunate. Looks like FNAF Circus Baby. I mean... Yeah, it does. It kind of does. I have drawn her. I don't know if I... God damn, fucking Vine Boom. I have drawn her before. I don't remember if I included any drawings I made of her. But... Vine Boom! I was very into Yandere Simulator. I thought you never played it until, like, recently. This is correct. I liked watching people play it. I I think it was Cupquake. Cupquake was the one that got me into it initially, because she played it back in the day. And then that's how I found out about, like, Jay from the Cub Scouts, who I still watch to this day. The Vine Boom is so well timed, it really is. It's like, that's why I wanted to have it, I thought it'd be funny. But a lot of games that I loved as a child, it was mainly because I would watch people play it. I, like, 9 times out of 10 did not actually play it. Except for Skyrim and Breath of the Wild, those I did play myself. I remember I watched so many playthroughs in the day. Yeah, same. They call you a LARPer these days. God damn it. I fucking hate that term. It makes LARP look like it's a bad thing. Leave live action role players alone. They're not doing anything. I'd rather be called a poser. Imagine having been into Yandere Sim could not have been me. I know. I'm a product of my time. What can I say? But this is what we nowadays refer to as Raibaru. But at the time, I don't think she had a name. She was just the indestructible rival. So honestly though, if it weren't for Yandere Simulator, I wouldn't have started drawing any anime-inspired things. I didn't even know what anime was. I didn't know what the term for it was. Like, I knew what it looked like. I could say, oh yeah, this is that one art style. But I wouldn't be able to tell you, like, what the term is for it, if that makes sense. So anyway, next one. This is probably one of my favorite things I drew in 2017. This is one of my favorites now. Because look at how I misspelt her name. Exactly. Thank you, laugh track. Hatsuna Misu. I also remember this took me for fucking ever at the time. I remember being like, oh my god, this took me so long. Dad, look at what I drew. Isn't it great? Look at how much time I spent coloring in the lines. Look at all the immaculate shading I did. Look at this totally on-purpose eraser mark. Look at how low down her tattoo is on her arm. I almost said shoulder. It's supposed to be on her shoulder. That's not her fucking shoulder. You can't see it, but I went in Misu, my beloved. Yeah, Miku goes way back. Miku's the one through line of all of my digital art career. She has she has very detailed manicure. You just can't see it. Okay, learning about anime and learning it through Yandere Sim is diabolical. I know. It all goes back to Yandere Simulator, which is very sad of an origin story. Although my video editing origin story was 7 Supergirls. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. They inspired me to start making my own little skits. Teeny tiny baby hands. Yeah. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, and none of them are her thumb. I was really bad at... I would draw hands backwards a lot in, like, the 2020s. Not now. I've gotten better about it. Anyway, next. Pikachu. Enough said. Look at him. Look at how yellow he is. Look at the airbrush tool. I still use the airbrush tool, actually, but I got better. I got better. He sure does look like that. The first anime I ever actually watched was the first season of Pikachu. It's Pikachu! It's Clefairy! Fuck! Also, before I forget, happy birthday, cool cat. Thank you! Thank you! My birthday is technically tomorrow, but we're just gonna ignore that. Pikachu looks so demented, he really does. He looks like he's being held at gunpoint. He has exactly 3 fingers. Yay! Thank you for the game. Haha! Point and laugh! Point and laugh! Oh, good God. Just wait till we get to the Undertale stuff. Anyway, I think the Harry Potter one's next. The first season of Pikachu. Is that what I said? Oh, that's so embarrassing. The first season of Pokemon. The first season of Pokemon. I watched Indigo League. That was the first one I watched. That's the first thing I ever watched. But you know why I stopped watching Pokemon? I stopped watching it because they changed the way Ash's hat looks in the second season. And I didn't like it, so I just stopped watching. Harry Potter is my favorite. I know, I've showed you. It's so good. But I don't remember... I haven't actually gone through all of this again before today. Because I thought it'd be funnier to be just as surprised as everyone else. But if it is the Harry Potter, I wanna preface it with something, because it makes it even better. So, you've seen Hatsuna before. You've seen her before. I tried to go with an anime eye. You know, I was doing that, as we've seen. You don't need fingers in the Poke world. It's a land ruled by brutality. Yeah. I do have a favorite Pokemon, though. It's Glaceon. I don't know much about Pokemon, but I like Glaceon. Anyway, you see that I've deliberately gone for a stylized look, correct? We understand this. But with Harry Potter, I felt weird trying to draw him in an anime look, in air quotes. They are so well timed, it's so funny. Whoever made these videos knew that I was gonna use them and timed them accordingly. Anyway, I felt weird because it's like played by a real actor, so I wanted to make it look realistic, in air quotes. I think I already said that. So what I did... Oh, it's not. Okay, hold on. We'll go back to the other one in a second, but I need you to see this. This is my realistic Harry Potter. You can tell it's realistic because of the individual hairs I drew on his head. And his almond-shaped eyes. This is my true magnum opus as an artist. It's so good it brings me to tears. Same. I actually remember when I was drawing this too. I was on the train on the way to work because it was like well, not work, it was my dad's office job. Because it was a take your kid to work day. And I was so proud of myself because I went and zoomed in real close and gave him teeny tiny eyeball details. Skinwalker Potter real? You like the lighting? Well, I'm glad you like it. He sure does look like that, little football head. Hold on, I wanna go out. I wanna zoom in on it. I want you to see the amount of detail. Put into this. Can you see I tried writing all of the, like, Gryffindor, whatever, on his shirt? You can barely see it. He ate a whole melon. Yep. He's got a line on his scar. You can see, like, of the faintest bit of shading on the pupil. A mysteriously melon-shaped head there. Yeah. This is my favorite thing. It's so funny. It's so beautiful. Anyway, let's go back to the other one before this. This is Nyan Cat. I think there are no words to describe this one. I thought deadass that's how you spell it, because that's how I pronounced it. I pronounced it Nyan Cat. And still kind of do sometimes, even though that's not how you're supposed to pronounce it. I think this one's cute. It's inoffensive. I just thought the misspelling was funny. So anyway, past Herald, we have more Harry Potter. Hogwarts School of Withcraft and Wizardry. This is supposed to be an owl. I showed it to a friend in person when I was telling her, oh, why couldn't you spell? Listen, for the longest time, I have not been good at spelling. Okay. 2017, I would have been 11. 10 or 11. I was dog shit at spelling for the longest time, alright? I was going into high school still not knowing how to spell. Getting my degree in withcraft. It's an ancient art. But anyway, I was showing someone in person, like, this slideshow I was making, like, at least a couple of the drawings. And I showed her this one, and she was like, wait, what is that? Oh, it's supposed to be an owl. Because, I guess, yeah, from afar, it does just look like a blob, but I swear it's supposed to be an owl. I love with this one how you can tell that I was just spamming a bunch of dots for the stars, and then it got a bunch of lines. Tsunamis. Oddly Harry Potter themed images on a day like that just happened to include Harry Potter for me already. Comedy. Comedy. God damn. Look at how funny it is. I hated backgrounds then and now. Isn't the Harry Potter owl white? It is, but I guess at the time I wanted to draw a brown one. But yeah, Hedwig is white owl. She's a snowy owl. But I wasn't actually much into Harry Potter, thankfully, in hindsight. But I did like it enough to draw these masterpieces. You point and laugh. Hatsune Misu is so fucking funny. I can't. Here's Cupquake. As I mentioned, I like Cupquake. I did at the time. I still like her as a person, but I don't really watch her stuff anymore. So we have Game Universe, aka the Internet. We have Sims 4. Well, with 2 L's. Welcome. This was supposed to be FNAF, but I covered it behind her because I didn't want my parents to know I was into FNAF. Misu, my beloved. For real. And then this is Minecraft, as you can tell. And then this one was supposed to be I Am Bread. She also has a fabulous manicure. You can't see it very well, though. The no-nose curse. Yep. I remember I watched a tutorial to draw these eyes, and I was very proud of them at the time. I even showed my parents, and they're like, wow, it actually looks like that. It actually looks kind of anime looking, and I was very proud of myself. Wait, I just noticed this. I put L and R on the mouse buttons. You can tell I wasn't a PC kid growing up. I was an Xbox child. I liked it when she had that job as a security guard. Like the song. FNAF hating household. They didn't hate it, I just didn't want to get in trouble for liking a scary game kind of thing. For the longest time I thought, they're gonna take away my iPad, they're gonna delete YouTube, they're not gonna let me do anything if they know I like a scary game. But that wasn't the case, I was fine. FNAF is love, FNAF is life, how dare they? Yeah, for real. The neurodivergence is strong with me, I can't escape FNAF. Also, I love her ultra mini skirt she apparently has. On her arms, we have a bunch of baked goods, because, you know, Cupquake, and then we have makeup, because she used to do a lot of makeup tutorials. Wonder if Cupquake was the reason I discovered Jaden Animations. That's possible. That's how she ever started animating in the first place, I found out. Which I think is pretty cool. I do like Jaden Animations. I think the thing I was also pretty proud of was this plumb bob, because, you know, it looks like a shape. It certainly looks like a shape. I appreciate that you still expressed it through art despite the self-imposed censorship. Yeah. I still wanted it to be there because I liked her playing Five Nights at Freddy's. But I had very not sneaky ways of still showing my appreciation for things. that I thought I would get in trouble for enjoying. What's next? Oh yes, we have Harley Quinn. Another fantastic spelling. This was my cursive. It was not very good. It's still pretty bad. But I was taught cursive in school. I think I was the last year that they taught cursive in schools in the US. At least they don't teach cursive in schools anymore. Earliest plays a Sonic game when I've never played a Sonic game. Well, that's not true. I played like demos on the Xbox 360 and that's it. I've never gotten into Sonic. Do you know Jane Animation's a VTuber now? Yes, I did. I used to watch her a little bit back when QSMP was a thing, but then I got bored. So I stopped watching it. I don't know much about Sonic. Most I know about Sonic is the fan dubs. I've memorized the entire Eggman announcement meme. I could say it verbatim if I wanted to. But you can't handle that amount of power. You can't handle that. I like how I tried giving her shading on her underboob. Or lack thereof. Thank you. Thank you. Oh no, get her some hair. She's got a jester hat on. She doesn't need hair. This was probably my first ever attempt at like, I wouldn't say mood lighting, just like actual lighting period. It was an attempt. I tried. Yeah. I didn't know what the fill bucket tool was yet, as you can see by these little patches. I always forget she's a VTuber, but apparently she's also a vegetarian. How coincidentous. Nice. I did see it, like, I didn't watch it, but I did see a video that she made about being a vegetarian, which is neat. Good for her. What's next? Oh yes, we have Random Mermaid. I thought it'd be fun to show. I just didn't draw boobs. Ever. Like, ever. I only ever drew girls. I didn't draw men for the longest time. But then I would never draw boobs. All these ladies are flat-chested. I say Random Mermaid, but it's just Ariel with rainbow eyes. And a tattoo. Like, be so for real. This stream is approved by my cat, who is currently drooling on the keyboard. Glad he approves, one of my brethren. I love your cat, though. He's so goofy. He's so orange. He's such a block of orange. More cursive. You can't even fucking tell what that says. Anyway. Yeah, here's what I meant by the cheese skin. This is simply titled Fnac. I loved Five Nights at Candy's. The Vine Boom is killing me. I can't. We have 10 hours left of Vine Boom. I like with this guy, you can see that I gave him a teeny tiny little smile because I thought it'd be why they stick, because I didn't know anatomy. Anatomy, who's she? Never heard of her. I was trying to do, okay. So if you know Five Nights at Candy's, the animatronic Blank, he's all smashed up and stuff. And he has drawings all over him. So I thought it'd be fun if he had ripped up clothes and like scars and stuff and a band-aid. And so I did that. And this one also took me for fucking ever, I remember. I was so proud of it when I was done. And I'm still about this bad at side profiles nowadays. They are. I think the side profiles are my favorite. I think this one's my favorite just because of the little smile he has and his fucking hair. This is also the average hand for this time period. Little French fry toothpick looking ass. Just wait till you see the redraw of this, because I didn't even actually draw the burger. It's just a JPEG. It's just slapped on there. So this is Fnac 2017. Next. The rat looks like Mickey Mouse. That's Ricky Rat. How dare you? How long have you been drawing at that point? Like, digitally or just like period? Cause like I was always the kind of kid that would just kind of draw and doodle all the time anyway. But then what you're seeing here is how long I've been drawing. This is the beginning year. This is the first year. This is year 0. Anyway, back to my Harry Potter phase. I saw a drawing like this online somewhere where it was like, you know, a picture, and they were pulling the drawing out of the notebook. So I did that. Happy birthday, thank you! This really is my immortal. Yeah, I didn't know what my immortal was yet at the time. But I love that I couldn't even be bothered to find a table. This is just my bed. These are my pillow pets. I was sleeping with pillow pets. I love my pillow pets. I think we finally got rid of them though. I slept on these pillow pets as my actual pillows for like maybe 3-4 years. But I love that I couldn't even be bothered to find a table. Not even the floor. My bed. I was so lazy. And I say Ravenclaw girl, and it's totally not just like a me insert. I really wanted to be Ravenclaw so bad, even though I didn't have the traits of a Ravenclaw. Because I really like Brizzy Voices. And Brizzy Voices was a Ravenclaw, and she got me into Harry Potter. Yeah, the lady one, bug one, I still have mine. Yay! I had the unicorn one first, then the ladybug one I got secondhand. I used to have a pillow pet cow. Nice. I had these two, and then I had 2 like mini ones. One that was like a brown dog, and one that was a raccoon. I think we still have the raccoon. I might have the raccoon in here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I love this one for how... Yes, thank you. Gotta pause for the laughter. That's what a good comedian does. I just love this one for how lazy it is. What the fucking picture I use. Anyway, what's next? Oh yes, now it... Nah, the first ever men I probably ever drew. Actually, wait, that's not true. The Five Nights at Candy's ones was earlier. But... I don't draw animals. Animals are hard for me to draw. So I just anthropomorphized... I made them human. That's what I'm trying to say. Point and laugh. Yeah. They're still robots though. They got robot necks. Got robot necks. Got robot necks. The FNAF is constant. I've been a FNAF fan since before Sister Location. So whenever 4 was recent, but Sister Location hadn't come out yet. That was like my peak phase. That was my era. Imagine writing your own stand-up comedy set with planned pauses, but then nobody laughs. I would actually die. Mango looks like they need an intervention. Yeah, Mango's the only one that has an open mouth. Maybe it should have stayed closed. Mango also has, if you can't really see probably, Mango has lipstick. You just can't see it. That's one of my bigger flaws, aside from the obvious with early art, is that I would zoom in super, super, super far and give the teeniest, tiniest details that nobody's ever gonna see. But I would know they were there, so that made me happy. For the longest time, the way I would shade was I would, like, take a swatch of color and just slap it on there, and then use a smudge tool and smudge it out, and that's how I would do shading. That's why in some of these, they look weird. They look like they have fucked up skin sometimes. This is something I've seen overlaid with It's Been So Long, because it's the newest song back then. Yeah! I know exactly what you mean. Oh man, that was a time. They stare into your soul. They really do. They got those blue eyes. They got, like... I like Bonnie the most. He looks the scariest to me. Something about the stark green compared to all the blue is so scary. Next. More FNAF. This one's great because he is supposed to be on the floor, but then I drew the wall. Like that. Yeah, that's about how I feel about this. Oh, that's a lot. That was a lot of metal pipes. The metal pipes do not like purple guy. Weezer blue. Yeah. This one, wait. I just looked. It says Night Watch on his hat. I like that I gave the little, like, surprise, whatever these are. Like, it's supposed to show, like, he's so scared. He's so scared. Does the night guard have a single tear? He does. He's so scared. He's so scared. Bonnie looks like an anime protagonist everyone hates because he's way too optimistic and determined. Yes! Yes, he does. Hold on, I need to show you the lettering on this hat. You need to bear witness. Look at that shit. Night could what? Yeah. Control Z that shit. No! No! That's for later. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Fucking spoilered. Spoilers! Spoilers! You saw nothing. Anyway. Then we have this one. This one's notable in my art career. It's also fucking hideous. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at... The eyes are the most important thing here. I drew the eyes like this. Must have been the wind. Exactly. The reason the eyes look like that is because I liked an artist called Artie Joyful, who made a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's speed paints. And she would draw eyes kind of like this. And honestly, some of the techniques that I picked up from that, I still use to this day. So this is a very important drawing in my art progression, even though she had a bit of trouble with the plastic surgeons. Chica, why you so orb? She just is. Crap, I actually did not see anything. Good. Good. Don't look back. There's only the future. Anyway, this is supposed to be Toy Chica, as you can see. At least I spelled it right this time. What's next? Ah, yes, here's the Undertale era. This one... Oh... Yeah, a lot of it is this. I didn't even add a ton of Undertale stuff, just because it all kind of looks like this. No color, except the hair. And I shaded just specifically her tits again. I love the wording. I love the bubbles I made. The speech bubble. I didn't know what the enter key was, I suppose. Are part of the 3-segment legs her knees? That's a good question. All I know is that when I would see people when I would see people draw the animatronics, they had segmented limbs. So I drew them segmented. The speech bubble is killing me. I know, right? Like oh, going with a new hand style, I see. Yeah, listen, she has her hand like in a fist and she's holding the spear, so it's different. It's different than the sticks. And I guess I just gave Frisk nubs. Frisk doesn't deserve fingers. Bro went from 3 segmented legs to no knees at all. Yeah. Stick. There are no knees to be seen. This kid looks so sad. I agree. I think the point was supposed to be sadness. I was not very good at expressions. I got better. I got better. This one is also pretty good. This one has no color. A monochrome one, if you will. These are how I would draw skeletons. Stick, yes. Just look at these skeleton proportions. This is what I thought the human body was. Sans has 3 segmented bones where his fucking calves would be. It's cool to see the proportions get dilated in over time. It is fun to see my art progression. I do have, like, I'm going through all the years up till now, so it will get progressively better. But damn. Papyrus, yeah. This is the only time I ever drew him. Actually, wait, no, that's not true. I've drawn him maybe twice. There was one I didn't include where I drew them all for Christmas, I think. I don't think I included it, but all I'll say about that one is it looks like Metaton's wearing a diaper. Moving on. It's a new year, 2018. This one I get a bit better. Okay, here's the redraw I was telling you about. Look at that. It's literally just a PNG of a burger. I couldn't even be bothered. I couldn't be bothered. They still look like sticks, and they still have jaundice. Was that the Alien song in the background just now? Yeah, I think it was. I wasn't paying attention. I have a bunch of stuff on shuffle. Speaking of Undertale music playing. Ayo. Let's go. Toby Fox, my lord and savior. Anyhow, this is a improvement. It is a improvement. I like the old rat. The old rat looked better. The side profiles are still like that. The rat looks like Sebastian Black Butler now. You know what? He kinda does. Oh no, why did you point that out? I wasn't into Black Butler yet. We'll get there, that was its own phase. Next, the portal drawing. I also didn't draw robots. They all had to be human-ish. This was my take on GLaDOS. She is a very strange-looking MILF. Black Butler mentioned. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get there. I like how I made my signature look like it's graffitied on the wall. That's pretty fun. This one also took me for fucking ever, mainly because of the wires. And I was very dead set on making all the lines look good, even though they are pretty wobbly when you get up close. Yes, portal lesbians, yeah. I also like that she has very colorful wires. I also totally traced the portal gun. I did not draw that myself. I did not have the confidence. It's also probably way smaller than it's supposed to look. Look at those fingers. Look at those things. Look at those nubs. Delicious Cake is a Lie is the title of this piece. Moving on. This is my first ever documented OC. And this is her entire backstory that I wrote out. And then I said, I know this is long, but it's a good story. Because I was gonna send it to my friend at the time, and I wanted her to see it. And this was the era of internet where Mary Sue's were bad, but you also couldn't be too boring. And then I ended up inadvertently making a Mary Sue. But look, she dislikes coffee and chalk and beans, so she's not a Mary Sue. You know what? For funsies, let's zoom in a bit. Let's zoom in. I remember I was in the car while I was writing all this, and I did not read it back or spell check. Can you read it for us? Gladly. Story time. Yes, story time. Hold on. I need to not laugh. I need to not laugh. Midlight Bow was the nickname for a girl named Harmony. Harmony was raised in Hateno Village. She has no siblings but had a mom and dad. One day, one of her friends was reading a book about ancient artifacts that were rumored to be around Hyrule. Harmony thought this was interesting, and she started to read about them in her spare time. There was one she wanted to find. That was the wand of Kafiska. Hateno Village, yeah. Why did she dislike chalk? I don't know, I was just giving her just random fucking dislikes. Analog horror, and then it's just this picture on the caption. First recorded, 21x, yeah. Kafiska was a mythical spirit that created rainbow around Hyrule. One night, Harmony packed a bag of essentials she thought she would need and set off to find the mythical wand. The wand was said to be hidden in the depths of Faron Woods. Harmony took her horse Melody and set off into the forest. She searched and searched, and was about to give up, thinking this was really just a myth. But on the way out of the forest, she spotted a cave that she didn't notice before. She leapt her horse at the entrance and went inside. Harmony walked around for a while until she saw it. The wand was right in front of her. There was words I graved in the stone, and it said, "Only the chosen one of rain and storms shall be able to release the wand for you." She's basically, oh, what's it called? The guy with King Arthur, right? Isn't that it? With the Sword in the Stone. That's what it's called. It's basically Sword in the Stone. It's a Zelda OC. Yeah, you didn't see my original character for the Legend of Zelda franchise. Obviously. Anyway, Harmony decided to take the wand, so she carefully gripped the wand's handle and started to pull. The wand became looser and looser as Harmony pulled with all her might, and eventually the wand came out of the stone. Harmony was overjoyed. She could now return back to the village and show her friends the wand. Just then, she footed in the air, and the wand and started glowing. The room turned pure white and heard a voice, semicolon. "Harmony, sweet child, you are the chosen one of rain and storms. Don't laugh at his OC." This is very serious, guys. I know it's long, but it's a good story. Come on. You must help the chosen one of the sky defeat Ganon or any other threats to Hyrule. You must not tell anyone with an E of this day. Footed the air, Mikey. Shush, she's 16. Harmony knew who was talking to her. Laugh track. It was the goddess Hylia herself. "How will I know when I find the hero of Sky?" Harmony asked the goddess. "The hero of Sky is named Link, ... He wiles the sword, seals the darkness. I shall tell him of you. Harmony, for your safety, I shall have to call you something other than your cure to name." What? What would you like me to call you? Harmony paused for a moment and then came up with an answer. "You may call me Midlight Bow." "That's a very unique name. I shall call you Midlight Bow. Now go." Harmony went back to the village. It was still nighttime, so her parents didn't know she left. Harmony learned after some research that Link lived in Orden Village. She made a excuse to her parents why she needed to go there, so she set off to Ordon Village. If it doesn't look original, that was not on purpose, I wrote in red. And scene. There you go. She likes her parents, she likes reading, her wand, snickerdoodles, and the color blue. She doesn't like coffee, chalk, but goats, beans, big crowds, and onesies. Her personality is apparently sweet, kind, innocent, curious, talkative, and she is 16. It was long, but it was a good story. I can't believe you were trying to replace Zelda with this one. I know. That wasn't intentional either. I was just like, this is such a good story. I was just coming up with shit on the fly. I was like on a road trip with my mom, and I was drawing this. Good times, good times. That is my Zelda OC, Harmony. And then I never drew her or thought about her ever again. Next up, we have this drawing of a random girl. This one's notable because I figured out how to get the hair, at least kinda, to look like it is on a surface. It is an improvement. She has no ears, and it still has really fine improvement. She's 16. Yeah, I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah, that's funny. She's 16. Don't get any ideas. She's 16. The side profiles still look like that. I'm still not great at side profiles, but I think I'm better than exactly. I'm better than this. Okay, here's another Miku. I have a well, not really a fun story. I have a story related to this drawing. Not much to say about the drawing itself, though. It is Miku. Honestly, between this and the year before, this is a major improvement. This is way better. Look at that flowing hair, such mastery. I know, right? And look, the French fry fingers are back. The story with this one, also I didn't draw the background, that's just an image I found on Google. If you couldn't tell. Don't have faith in me. Hatsuna Misu appears again. Yep, she lives on forever in my heart. But the interesting thing about this is I came upstairs because I was so proud of it. Wait, no, I came downstairs. Okay, at that house, I had a bedroom upstairs, and then I also transferred to the basement later. So I would have come downstairs, and I showed my mom the picture because I was so proud of it. I was like, look, Mom, look at this drawing I made. I'm so proud of it. She's like, wow, it looks great. Someone died next door. Yeah. She was like reading the news or something. Apparently there is some shit that happened a few houses down from us. But now that's forever ingrained in my memory with this drawing. Anyway, that's fun. Next, we have Creepy Siren. Yeah. This is probably one of the first times I drew blood, like, visibly. Blood! Metal pipe. I remember I tried redrawing this, like, a few years afterwards, but I never finished it. I don't think I included it on here, though, because it's not a finished thing. It was just a sketch. But it's a creepy siren. It's so creepy. It's so creepy! Look at how creepy she is! She's got orange eyes and hair. This is a vibe. It is a vibe, for sure. I think this was around Inktober time. I did Inktober 2 years in a row. God, I've not included any of that because it's not digital art. And, it's something. Here are the planets. I humanized the planets. Biggest fuck up, I think, is the spot being right here for Jupiter. It used to be right where her crotch was, and my dad was like, maybe don't have the red spot right there, because it kind of looks like, you know. And then I was like, oh shit, you're right, my bad. And also a lot of like the hair, I just looked up picture of Venus, and then I put that as the hair. I actually thought this out quite a lot. I had Uranus sideways because Uranus is sideways. Period stain, yeah, basically. I had Earth have long water hair because Earth has lots of water. And she has band-aids and bruises because we're destroying the planet. And these two are... Did you draw and then erase Pluto? No, Pluto wasn't a planet in my brain. I was in the camp of Pluto's not a planet because it literally wasn't classified as a planet. Okay, that's kind of creative for the hair. Thank you. I was a pretty creative child, and I stole the idea of having Saturn be a ballerina because of the rings, because I saw people online doing that, and I thought that was a fun idea. And these two are supposed to be the same height because Venus and Earth are about the same size. They're all varying heights as per how big the planet is. These two are holding hands because they're like always like kind of like they have sibling vibes. This one's shy because it's furthest away. Yeah. It'll always be a planet in my heart. That's fair. He's too young to remember Pluto being a planet. Honestly, I probably was. Oh yeah, Saturn also has rings. You can't see from this far away, but they have little name tags in like a cursive font, like just kind of on there. You can see it a bit with Mars. But yeah. I printed this out and gave it to my teacher, and she liked it. So somebody liked it. Pluto's a planet in spirit. It also looks funny because you left space next to Neptune. The audience agrees. That wasn't intentional. You can vaguely see my signature right there with the airbrush. Pluto deserves to be a planet. It deserves the planet role, in my opinion. That's fair. I don't really give a shit nowadays. I don't care. Oh yeah, Earth also has NASA on it. Oh my god. Calm down. Shut up. Fucking audience. Calm down. Get a gavel. Shut up. I think I drew this because Earth-chan was a big thing at the time. And I kind of just, like, you know, stole that concept of, like, I'm just gonna make all the humans planets now. I think I do have my Earth-chan drawing in here. The laugh track is just the rats in your walls. Yep. Yep, they're laughing at me. Okay, I was an Overwatch kid. So I drew this. The hands are they are improving slowly but surely. And I also traced Mercy's wings. No boobs to be seen. They didn't get any. The hair sure does look like that. I had Earth-chan NPCs in Gmod. Hell yeah. Nice. Not much else to say about this one. I just wanted to include it because I definitely tried to make it look like a selfie. Certainly tried. This is the first, as far as I'm aware, like just landscape drawing of a cherry tree. Definitely, I just copy-pasted all these petals. That's about it. I don't have much to say about that one. Then we have this mermaid. You can tell I just used an image of a fishbowl. Thank you, very fun. The side profiles look like this now because I think at the time I was watching a lot of My Little Pony speed paints. And, you know, I would just kind of steal how they did side profiles. The fish, yeah. I loved mermaids a lot as a kid. That's why there's been multiple mermaids. I still like mermaids. This is the first time I did, like, lighting like this, too. Well, it might not be the first, but as far as we're seeing in this progression. We have Little Girl Big Difference. This is originally a drawing I did on paper, and then I drew it digitally. And then I took a picture of my Nintendo Switch. This is the Rito Village in the background. The big difference, if you can't tell, is actually her wings. That's an appropriate response. Thank you. I have no idea how loud it is for you guys. I'm so sorry if I'm blowing out your eardrums. But yeah, you wouldn't believe that's the big difference between her and other girls. She's not like other girls. She has wings. Okay? She has wings. Okay, now we get to 2019. We're not quite at D&D era yet. We're getting close. We're getting close. This is my first OC that I actually gave a shit about. And if you have seen any of me talking about my OC's streams, she'll look a little familiar. This is Cordelia, but her superhero name was Auriel. I'm not gonna explain it. She's not a superhero anymore, but that was her OG lore. She looks like this. Made her for a school assignment. We're not at D&D era yet. We're getting close. Cordelia was pre-D&D era. She's French. I don't know. Those things are not connected. She's French, fine, boom. We have action poses. Quelques poses d'action, as I've written up here, because this is for a French class assignment, and I wanted more visuals for the assignment. Here's a backwards hand. Point and laugh. Point and laugh. Backwards hand. Backwards hand. Also, there's another backwards hand. Another backwards hand. Oh no, French. She's French. I also like this one because you can get a look at how I would do sketches at the time. I did like you segment them in like chunks kind of method. I don't really do that anymore. I just kind of wing it and it looks good. Here's actually, okay. Oh! Here's this sketch, but then I drew it, actually. And thankfully my mom pointed out to me that the hand was backwards, so I fixed it. And then I just used a picture of Paris as the background. It looks better than the other selfie did. I don't remember if I traced anything for this. Well, I mean, I traced the hand. But I don't know if I, like, freehanded this or not. I don't remember. There is steady improvement, though. It is getting better. Okay, now we have another Miku. The hair does look a bit better. I think her eyes look better. The background is abhorrent. We're not gonna talk about it. Here's another Miku. You'll notice there's Miku 3.0 and then Miku 3.0 again. And they're... Yes, that is the title for 2 separate drawings. These are getting a lot better. Yeah, because I started drawing way more. And this is actual binary code, but I couldn't be bothered to translate it beforehand. Hatsune Miku strikes again. She does. She's back. It probably just says Miku, Hatsune Miku over and over again, honestly. No, I mean, that's probably what it says. Excuse me. She's got floaty hair. She has no sclera. She doesn't need any. She's Miku. We have the seasoned humans. Pretty self-explanatory. I've talked about the seasoned humans before, but they were supposed to be... I envisioned it kind of like a Tumblr Ask blog, if you remember that era. I was never on Tumblr, but I would watch people, like, dub those comics, you know? Like, Fazbear Daycare. If you know Fazbear Daycare, you're a real one. You're a real one. You know Fazbear Daycare. Don't hit me with the reverse laugh track. Fazbear Daycare was goated. The shirt is also just a picture that I just erased to make it fit the shirt. They think it's real funny. The rats think it's hilarious. Oh my god, I remember. Yep. Unfortunate. Fortunate for you. We have another untitled one. Doki Doki Literature Club. I was a very big Doki Doki fan. Still quite enjoy it to this day. I'm pretty sure I traced Monika's legs. Those do not look like I drew them. Except maybe the feet. But they have giant heads. They have humongous heads. You can see there's a start of boobage. The boobage is slowly getting there. I'm still shading with smudging things out, which is, pro tip, not a good idea. Don't do that, it looks ugly. Yeah, here's Earth-chan. Oh man, her fingers look so bad. Oh boy. This is definitely an era where I would just use pictures as backgrounds, because I really didn't want to draw a background. I hate drawing backgrounds. Yeah, thank you. That's how I feel drawing backgrounds. So yeah, there's Earth-chan. It's the first time I ever drew water hair like that. I have a Pony OC that has water hair like this, except I drew it way better. I don't remember if I have art of him later, but maybe. And then it got worse. I just started drawing way worse somehow. Who is texting me? Okay, shut up. This one is just way worse to me than the previous one. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like her hands. I don't like the way her eyes look. Her hair looks weird. But this, yeah, kinda. She was my first D&D character. Yeah, the D&D era is coming. We're not at, like, actual D&D era. 2020 is D&D era. We're still in 2019. We're getting close, though. Here we go. Here's the Black Butler phase. Okay, so that was 2019. More backwards hands. And my very bad anatomy. Look at those arms. Look at me trying to... You can't tell, but I tried making it actually look like a ledger of some sort on this page. And I just scrunched it so you can't even tell that there's stuff on it anymore. There was multiple seal phantom hives because I was a bit obsessed. I had a bit of a problem. At least he has ears. A lot of these old ones don't have ears. Here's another one. He doesn't have ears in this one though. He didn't make the cut for these ears. He didn't make the cut this time. Oh boy, I was in the thick of it. Of hyperfixation. We don't talk about the Black Butler era of my life. We don't go there. We don't go there. That was a time. It was probably one of the worst, like, brain rotted fixations of my life. It was all consuming. Hyperfixation is one hell of a drug. It really was. It really is, actually, I should say. But man, this one was intense. Okay. Now we're in D&D era territory. Thank you for the laugh track. Yep, right off the bat. Hello, welcome to chat. We are now in D&D era territory. Here we got some more side profiles. The side profiles are getting better. They're... Shut the fuck up. I know it's funny. Whoa! Anyway. This was probably my first solid attempt of doing any sort of perspective that was facing up. Like, this reminds me of that free Rin meme, you know, the one where she's looking up and it looks like shit. Yeah. Teeny tiny feet, or ginormous feet. There's no in between. I remember this one also took me forever just because of the amount of people that were in it and how much shading there was. But I was proud of it at the time. The rats crave laughter. They really do. They need a good laugh. Apparently, they have been starved of streams for so long. Then we have first ever Pride Month drawing. This was like my collection of OCs at the time, minus the D&D ones. Yeah. It's cute. I drew this in like... Wait, I drew this around... Oh, it was the same day Unis Honest got deleted. I remember that. I was drawing it that same day. And then I waited to post it or show anybody until June. Because Pride Month. But that's when I drew it, for time reference. It was around that time. So yeah, that was this drawing. I, for some reason, gave Kaida red sclera when she's supposed to have white sclera. And then we never see it ever again. They have more sparkly eyes. The shading is getting slowly better. I like how he shaded this flag. The arms and hands still look like that. They still are just nubs. If Kaida again, this one I'm actually, for the time, I'm still pretty happy with. For what I was doing at the time, the shading on the face ain't so bad. This one I was really happy with, and I think I just traced the crossbow. But it's a vibe. It's a vibe for sure. And then this is my first ever vent drawing. My first ever vent drawing digitally, at least. Called Silent Suffering. Because let me tell you, 2020 was the worst year of my life. I was going through it, as you can see. Was going through it. Alright. So keep in mind that one drawing of Kaida. Keep this in mind. This one's decent for what it was. And then then it somehow gets worse. I somehow decreased in quality. I then shout out this. To be fair, it is a dynamic pose. It is certainly a dynamic pose. 2020 sucked. It really did. It was such a bad year all around. But even just like for personal reasons, it was just real shitty. But this is Alice. She is the sister of Adria. She's a minor character in the lore. But then I drew this and was like, wow. I did so good making her look like she's swimming and nappy and stuff. Look at it. Look how great I drew this, guys. And I look at it now and I die a little inside. But you know what? The hair Could be worse. It is improving. It is improving slowly but surely. Okay. We're in D&D era territory for real now. This is Damien. He is not my character. He is Gorio's character, who is in chat at the moment. Yay. This was a tarot card, as you can see, obviously. But I wanted to do a tarot series with the D&D campaign, where I drew all of them in just, you know, tarot card situations or whatever. But there's 78 cards in the tarot. There's no fucking way I was gonna do all that, so I didn't. He also has a backwards hand. He suffers from backward hand syndrome. My boy, Damien, yes. He is great. Damien the Beloved. I love him so much. I like how the isn't capitalized here, but Hermit was. Then we have... This one is probably one of the only full-assed backgrounds I've ever done in recent memory. And I'm still quite proud of the background. This was my Hollow Knight character, Amelia. And... I drew her. Wow. I'm getting less and less eloquent as we go on. But yes. That was that. I actually looked at references. Amazing what can happen if you look at reference pictures while you're drawing. Bug. Yup. Then we have Sea-Tree. This is not my character again, but she was another D&D character. We are in peak D&D era. So there's gonna be a lot of D&D characters. This one, I don't like it, but for the time, it wasn't that bad. The background looks fine. It was supposed to be like a in motion shot type of thing, you know? Very funny, very funny. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! It's time for the Leon phase. I'm rubbing my hands. Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss. Sea-Tree is Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss. She really is. But oh boy. This is probably the drawing. Probably the drawing of all time that got me obsessed with my own OC. I drew this with his backwards hands, and then I was like, you know what, I kind of fuck with this vibe, and then I just kept drawing him, and then I kept drawing him, and then I kept drawing him, and that was probably worse than the Black Butler phase as far as how intense it was, because it persists to today. But as shitty as this looks and how twig thin he is, this is very important in my personal history. Why do people keep texting me? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Anyway, another one. Same deal. I redrew this, like, I think last year. And it looks way better. Hand still looks like shit. He has a 5 head. He does not use conditioner, because look at that shit. It looks disgusting. But you can tell yeah. It's just all him from here on out. It's just him. It's just Leon. My beloved. I also traced this couch thing. I traced it. I remember being in the D&D Discord server voice chat while I was drawing this. At least these hands are the right way around now. Well, they usually were. Sometimes they were sometimes the right way around. Sometimes it's better than it was. Let's put it that way. I still hate backgrounds. That's why I end up tracing shit like this. We have Bloody Sarana. This is actually my character. I remember I had this as my Discord profile picture for a little while. And it is a attempt at shading. I keep saying a, but I don't know how else to put it. Thank you. That's it for me. I was trying things out at least. But it's not great. I do kind of want to redraw this eventually, though. Because I think I could do it more justice now. I think her mouth looks bad. Especially from a distance, you could not tell what was going on with her mouth. It looked like she just had red just smothered on her. Then we... Oh, God, I hate this one. Okay, so this is Damien's mom, who is, again, not my character. Then Cordelia makes another appearance because I decided to throw her in the D&D universe. And more Leon, because, of course, he looked so fucking ugly for the longest time. He looks so ugly. His shoulder pads were always terrible to draw, but I drew them anyway because they were a staple. With this one, I think I used a base, though. This was also the year where I used a lot of, like, drawing bases, because I wasn't posting them anywhere, it was just for my own enjoyment. That's why the hands actually look decent. That's because I traced them. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Fine Boom. This is for the Nightmare Troop Season 1 poster. My D&D campaign. And I do not like how this looks at all. Especially for FaZe. Right there. It looks so bad. I don't like it. Okay, I didn't know how to do these kinds of posters at the time, or really for a long time. But the way to make them look good is you can't have the character just cut off like this and then it be void. You have to have more, like, hold on, let me grab. You have to have more space here so that it kind of looks like they naturally cut off instead of all of a sudden, like, it looks weird that she suddenly cuts off right here, you know? It looks strange. But I didn't understand that at the time. I didn't know how to do composition very well. So now it just kind of looks like this now. Oh, man. I don't want to redraw it, though. I really don't. We're just gonna leave this in the past. This is another one I used a base for. Damien and C-Tree back at it again. This is the sibling trio as they've been dubbed. I like how even though I used a base, it still looks like shit. That's just how it be, I guess. Okay, here's another one. This is Bloody Victor. This is Victor, but he's bloody. That's the concept. He's a vampire, so, you know, vampires do blood. Okay, so I drew him kind of in the same kind of vibe more than once over the years, but this was probably one of the first ones. But I didn't redraw this one later. I just kind of did the same kind of vibe later. Blood. Yeah. I like how specifically his thumb has no blood on it, but the other fingers do. That's always fun. I love little shit like that, or I just wasn't paying attention. Hair's getting better. Victor just has a very weird haircut, so he always kind of looks like this. Here's another angsty one. Here's my character, Hazari. And you can see the head's supposed to be tilted down, but then it looks like that. But honestly, for someone that never draws backgrounds, this is acceptable in my book. You know, the tiles do look acceptable. It looks okay. It looks okay. It's mainly the face and the neck thing that kills me. That's the main thing I don't like about this. There's also lyrics written on the floor. Oh man. And more Damien. Damien at the pond. This pond was a thing that happened in-game. This one I don't actually hate. I think it's okay for the time period. It's alright. I still don't like how I was shading the hair, though. but it's okay. The background, eh. The pond looks okay. The houses are a bit wonky, but you know, you can always make the excuse of it's a fantasy setting. So the houses are gonna be like weird looking. Sometimes you just live in a vertical house, you know? Like a sideways house is what I meant, whatever. Wait, why is this here again? Well, you get to see it again. Here's my first Lara fan art ever. And I think it's bad. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't. She looks so weird. Why does she look like that? Okay, well, anyway. What sucks about it is it was on her stream display for years, and every time I saw it, I was like, oh no, it's still there. Yeah, this shitty old thing. She looks so bad. Oh no. I remember I drew this at the time too, because she was making a joke about how like nobody draws fan art of her with the demon arm thing that model could do. So I was like, okay, bet. And then I drew it. But then I drew this. Why does she look like that? Why is she so... She's a stick. She got a huge head. She got ginormous eyeballs. Her eyeballs are a fourth of her giant head. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Next up, this one's better than that one, in my opinion. We have another Miku, and the first time I ever drew Gumi. Gumi is my favorite Vocaloid, by the way. The story attached with this that I always remember is I was, at the time, doing online classes, because, you know, COVID era, and it was like Zoom, school meetings, and we had to do a presentation, like an oral presentation, except the teacher would just flip through your slides for you on the projector that was in the classroom, and then you would just be on speaker so everybody could hear you. Because they had like a hybrid, like some people were in class and you could opt to be virtual if you wanted to. Anyway, I, at one point, decided to add some art progression stuff, kind of like I'm doing now. And this was, at the time, a recent drawing. And I added some other recent stuff, and everyone's reactions was like, oh, yeah, I can see why that looks better than it used to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that the eyes look better. Yeah, like that was generally the kind of response I got. And at the time I was like, yay, people like me. But they were just being nice. There's no way, like, you can still tell a child drew this. It's cute, it's harmless, but I don't know, man. Also, her tattoo's on the wrong arm, I think. Is it? Wait. Is it? Wait. So if I think it is. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Why is this here again? Okay, I didn't organize this very well, obviously. War Leon, we've seen it already. Oh god, there's this one. Okay, this is a D&D one-shot that Goryo ran, and then I drew all the characters. This is why I don't draw animals. That's why I don't draw animals, right here. I don't like drawing animals. Don't like it. It's not fun. It's hard. I don't know how to do it very well. It's also, I don't know how to shade them, as you can tell. I don't know how to do it. But at least, there is some improvement. The Brabbit doesn't look as bad, but still. Next, this one is another one where, like, I love these goopers, same. This is another one where, for the time, I was pretty proud of it. And it still kind of goes hard. It kind of goes hard. I'm sorry to say, but it kind of goes hard. I do want to redraw this someday, because I think I could do way better with the lighting. But I had never really done lighting like this before. So this is kind of like my first attempt. And for a first attempt, I think it's decent. But yeah, I was really proud of this one. It was supposed to be, it's another D&D thing, but it was like the main bad guys disguised themselves, and then the outlines are like parts of themselves that were like excluded from their disguises. Whoa. When I was a kid, I would never draw people, animals, and objects only. That's fair. I was the opposite. It was only people. I only draw people. It's people and nothing else. Nowadays, I at least can draw some Transformers and ponies, but it has to look like My Little Pony horses and not like actual horses. That's it. I'm mainly good at people. That's all I draw. Next. There's this. This was all of the antagonists of the Nightmare Troop campaign at the time. There was more later. This drawing of Leon ended up being his standard ref picture, minus the shading that, like, makes, like, it look like this. I don't know. But, yeah, I definitely traced a lot of things to make it look like this. My anatomy didn't actually look like this normally. I had a period where I would exclusively draw boats. That's interesting. I don't think I've drawn a boat before. I mean, aside from, like, little doodles of stuff. No, it was, like, people and nothing else forever. So yeah, this one took me forever because it's full bodies and also there's the chair. I did not draw that chair myself. I think Victor looks kind of decent. His face looks okay, I guess. This is the only time I ever drew Craig. I hate this guy. He sucks. Okay, now we go to 2022. Still D&D era. Still D&D era. I hate this drawing. I hate this drawing so much. Look at these eyes. Look at the backwards hand. Wait, are these backwards? No, actually, these are not backwards. It looks like it should be backwards. It might as well be backwards. You're really nailing the hands now. Shut up! No, I'm not. At this point, I was tracing hands. I gave up trying to figure out how to draw hands myself. I was tracing them. Like these folded arms, I traced those. I did not have the confidence to draw folded arms by myself. I hate her eyes. Her eyes look terrible. Her face looks decent, I guess. But I hate this drawing. I don't like how the people look, which is the main focus of the drawing. I like the background and these little white thingies. The people look bad. I don't like it. You're experimenting with different styles. I know, that's not the point of the stream. The stream point is look at how shitty my art was. Only kind of. But here's another, this is definitely another style experiment. The 3/4 view definitely looks strange. The mouth looks like it should be front facing when it is not supposed to be front facing. I remember this one also took me forever because I was really going in with the details of the hair shading and how I wanted the eyes to look and all that. This is my character, Percy's original design. Oh boy, that design's a hot mess. I don't mind how the eyes themselves look, even though they're way too big. I think it looks cute. It's interesting. It's got the airbrush tool. Okay, Lo-Fi Cyrus is just the Lo-Fi girl pose, but with my OC Cyrus, obviously. This one has a redraw later. And, again, as someone that doesn't draw backgrounds very often, this is acceptable to me. I did actually draw at least the stack of books by myself. I don't remember if I drew this book by myself. I don't think I did. I think I traced that one. I definitely traced the hands. I don't think I traced the side profile, though. I think the rest of that was myself. Yeah, it's okay. I was really proud of this one at the time. Especially because I don't know, it was very different from previous stuff, because, you know, I never draw backgrounds. Really? Oh yes, here's another, it's not really Vent, but it's on the same vein as Vent. This is the flannel shirt of happiness. And this has a story to explain it. This, I drew right after an experience I had where I was having my gender journey at the time, where I had finally started questioning my gender and was very confused. And then one day I had this, it's actually plaid, it wasn't flannel, it was just plaid, that's what I meant, but I thought it was flannel. I got the words confused. But I ended up taking this plaid shirt my mom had, it looked like this, and I ended up wearing it. And I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, wow, you know, I actually feel kind of good like this. Like, just because it kind of obscured my figure, made me look relatively more masculine. And then I went outside for a little walk, and I actually ran around this little grassy area by a playground that was near my house, which at the time I would never do, because I was socially so scared of everything. So being perceived doing anything that was not, like, kind of normal or, like, low-key was, like, I wouldn't do it, because I was so nervous of people being, like, weirded out looking at me. But I didn't care that time when I went out wearing this shirt. And I felt so happy. That's why I said confidence in public about my appearance here. So I came home and I drew this. And I made the tears trans-colored. That's not funny, laugh track. It's a serious conversation. Anyway, I made the tears trans-colored even before I came to terms with being trans. I think a part of me knew, but I didn't consciously know it for a while. Yeah, thank you for the applause. And then I have this Cave Town song because at the time I was listening to it a lot. Cave Town was pretty important with my gender journey. Although honestly, I haven't really listened to a lot of his music. It's really like this select few number of songs that were really important to me when I was fresh baby trans kind of thing. But this song, it's pretty important to me. And funny enough nowadays, it's actually in my singing range, because it wasn't at the time, but it is now. The joys of transition. Anyway, enough sappy shit. Look at this shit. Oh wait, I have to be more sappy though with this one. Okay, this one's called Thank You, because... Oh my god. Okay, 2022 was also a pretty bad year for me. At the time, I had to go to a funeral, and I had to travel to go to the funeral, and it was really a hard time. And what I was doing to cope with that is I was listening to, this is my character Hazari, by the way. I was listening to Hazari's playlist on loop, literally on loop, constantly, because it made me happy and escapism, and you know, ignore your problems. So when I was in the hotel room one day, I drew this to be like, thank you for getting me through this really hard time. But the lighting is pretty bad. I could do a lot better. I actually kind of did a sort of redo of this, I think maybe a year ago or a few months ago, where it's just way better lighting now. And I actually looked at a Pose reference. Hazari the GOAT, for real. I also love how you can tell I didn't know how point shoes looked at the time. Because I've had my ballet phase. At this point, I had my ballet fixation. But I didn't at the time. So this is not how a point shoe would look. The both feet at this pose should look like this. But that's not what I did. I didn't understand how ballet worked. And I think that's funny. Anyway. Sorry for that jump scare. Anyway. As I said, 2022 was a pretty bad year for me. So this is another event drawing. Okay, it's not It's not that scary. Calm down. This one I drew because I had a nightmare. I don't even remember what the nightmare was about. I just remember waking up and was like, I need to vent about this, man. Complete vibe change. Here's Patricia. This is Patricia. She is Leon's older sister. For those of you that haven't been there to one of my many OC lore streams at this point. I wanted to include her specifically just because, I don't know, man, she's a disaster. Her clothes are bad, although she's not a character that would really care much about her clothes. She has giant fucking horns and then a really slim neck. Her neck should be broken, by all accounts. She at least has boobs, as opposed to me not even trying. Her chest looks like it should be facing 3/4, and so does her legs, but then her arms look like it should be front facing, but then her face is also front facing. She's a bit of an anatomical mess, but whatever. Speaking of anatomical messes, here's this drawing. I was pretty happy with this at the time, and honestly, it's for this year, it was okay. It's still really, like, I was not good at drawing anatomy, but I think it is at least a dynamic pose. And the flowers look kind of cool. These are Goryo's characters. Charles and Lily. Okay. Fine, Boom, shut up. I remember they were doing, like, a draw this in your style type of thing, and I didn't really understand the assignment, so I thought it meant draw these characters in your style. And so I did. So I drew this. Another one of my boys. Yep. Another one of the many men. But yeah, I think my favorite part are the foot bandages because there's no rhyme or reason to why they look like this. They kind of look like caterpillar butts. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, next. Okay, this one I straight up just used a base. You probably would know this base if you've been on the internet for long enough. The Siren's Curse was a story project that me and a couple of friends were doing, I think 2020. Yeah, it would have had to have been since this is second anniversary drawing. And we're obsessed with it. I've considered reading it on stream, but I felt I should probably maybe not do that. Just because I'm not in contact with the other people I was writing it with anymore. So I don't want to do that, you know, for privacy's sake. Just in case, you know? Like, I don't want to ruffle feathers. But anyway, this was all the, like, important lore characters. The only ones that were mine is this one and this one. Everyone else is not my character. Guess which one's the main antagonist? It's actually this one, believe it or not. This is the main antagonist. You thought it was this one? Wrong! It's this one. Moving on. Jackie Laura! This is when I got into Monster High, finally. I didn't get into Monster High as a kid, but I did in 2022. And, Jackie Laura is one of my favorites. My favorite's actually Kieran Valentine, but Jackie Laura is second. Waiting for the laugh track. Shut up. It's not that weird for a gay to like Monster High. Anyway, her anatomy is kind of strange, but I think it's okay. Her face, I don't know. She has fucked up legs. Moving on. Percy and Candy. Candy is another of Goryo's OCs. We have been friends for years, if you can't tell. I remember also being quite proud of this one, because I thought I did good with the faces. I don't have much else to say about it. Oh yeah, this one's pretty important, because I used this picture of Leon's face as my profile picture for a long time. And I did redraw this eventually. But this was These are lyrics to a song from The Greatest Showman, and I felt like it fit these two really well as far as the vibe goes, so I drew this. Also, I've never seen The Greatest Showman. I've heard the song before. Candy, yay! Love Candy. Candy's another one of my favorite of your characters. Candy's great. So yeah, this one is a pretty important drawing just because I used it as my profile picture for fucking ever on a bunch of things. This is my old character, Aurelius. Different Aurelius. This is Aurelius Blackwell. This is a white-haired Aurelius with blue eyes. His eyes are closed, but he has blue eyes. Different character, okay? He's not me. This is not me. This is a different guy. Happiness with the Piano is what I named it. Because he has some angsty backstory, and he wanted to be a pianist. And whatever, I'm not explaining his lore. The speech bubbles have evolved significantly. Yeah! They got a lot better since that Undyne drawing. They have improved way more. I still kind of do speech bubbles like this. I saw other people do it online where it was just kind of like 2 lines like this, and I decided to steal it, so I did. Oh god, I hate this one. I hate this drawing. Okay, this is another song-based one. This was based off of the Ballad of Sarah Barry, I think it's called. And oh god, she used to have such an ugly color palette. Cordelia has had a redesign since this. But oh my god, the purple eyes in her, like, I don't know, her eyes look so bad. I swear, before I colored it, she looked fine. She just had such a dog shit color palette that made it look so much worse. And I picked a really bad yellow for the accessories. Oh man, I hate this one so much. Let's not dwell on it. This one, however, I still have a fondness for, because it looks like an arcade floor, and I think that's fun. This is Evil Hazari. There's an Evil AU. Evil Hazari and regular Hazari have both gotten redesigned since then, so this is outdated design. But I still fuck with this drawing. I still think it looks interesting. It could look better, but I like what I did. I like the vibe. It's supposed to be like, look how spooky, look how creepy, look how insane. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I'm not like other people. You know? But yeah, I just fucked around with the brushes I had. It could be better. It could be better. You know what? Maybe I'll redraw this one. Should I redraw this one? I might. There's so many. I love doing redraws, as you'll see. I like doing redraws. Ew. This is why I don't draw animals. This is Quilt's first pass. Quilt has had a slight redesign since then. This is my character Quilt. Quilt is a cryptid carnivore. And that's about it. Quilt is just a creature. But this is how I ended up shading them, because this is how I normally would shade hair at the time. So I figured, you know, if you basically got hair all over your body, I might as well draw them like that. And to be fair, at least for Quilt's whole vibe of being just like a creature in the forest, it looking muddy and gross actually fits the vibe. But it still looks bad. It still looks bad. Why are you stanced up like this? That's 2023. I think this is where things start to get substantially better. Yeah, okay. I remember this one I was really proud of at the time. I do think I could redraw this one as well, and it would be improved. The planet here is supposed to actually represent the world map of the planet that she's from. This is Evil Serana, by the way. There's an evil AU with the Nightmare Troop, alright? There's evil versions of them. I haven't redesigned Evil Serana yet, but I should. Actually, she had a design. I just never, like, drew it digitally. I think I could do a lot better with the shading. I was really, like, happy with how I ended up shading it, though. That was the main thing I wanted to do to make it look cool and edgy. I think the background's pretty cool too. I actually drew that myself. That was not... Excuse me, that was not a drawing. Or no, sorry. That was not like a picture I found online like earlier years. This one, I traced a manga panel because I was doing that at the time. As like a little series of characters. Oh, I thought I had one. I did. I just included this one because I liked it more. It's cute. It's inoffensive. But, whatever. This is Grar, another one of Goryo's characters. This is a style experiment. What I did for this was I wanted to have only angular lines. No spherical curved lines. Only angles, except for the pupils. That doesn't count. That was the style experiment with this. And I still kind of fuck with it. It's got Invader Zim vibes. It's got Invader Zim aura to me, with how angular the hair is. I don't like the chainmail looking thing. It looks warped, because I didn't know how to make patterns look good. I know how to do it now, but I didn't know how to do that at the time. Got piss in the background, that's what it looks like. Very neon yellow piss. Okay, here's Al. Okay, this needs a bit of explaining. Al is a character that wasn't initially mine, but I was allowed to design. And if you couldn't tell, he was heavily based off of Alistair from Asmund Hotel. And I gave him this little trim before that became his canon design. I did it before that was his design in the actual show. Because this was still, like, pilot-only era, you know? Anyway, I drew this. Yeah, I know, right? Love the laugh track. God damn it. Is my chat just not updating anymore? Hold on. Technical issue. Technical problem. Okay, there we go. All good. So yeah, this guy, he's not technically mine, but he might as well be, because I added so much onto him. It's pencil. Very pencil. Very pencil. Okay, this is another example of I didn't know how to make posters look good. God, I hate this even more than the Nightmare Troop one. I really dislike this drawing. Especially because, like, these three designs, they're not my characters, by the way. They were just, like, stolen designs from Pinterest. Actually, wait, this one too. This was also not my character. This is my character. This is the only one that's mine. This is Gorya's. Candy, we love Candy. Candy can do no wrong. It's these fuckers. And they suck to draw. But I didn't know how to make the posters look good. I didn't know how to give it that, like, superhero Marvel looking poster look that I wanted. I tried. I really did. But I tried and I failed. We're not gonna dwell on it. Okay, this one I'm still pretty proud of. The only thing I dislike about it nowadays, really, is the mouth. I think it needs to look more, like, angled properly. But this was a pop art style challenge thing, and it took me a while, and I was very tedious with it, but I was very proud of it, because it ended up looking how I wanted it to. Yay! I like this one. Yippee! As we go further along, I'm gonna start liking the pieces more, especially considering where we started. I still like this one. Same. I mean, The mouth bothers me so much. That's the only thing I don't really like about it anymore. It bothers me so much. I could fix it. I could make it look better, but I'm not gonna rewrite history. I'm not gonna do it. We go from that banger to this. Don't like it much. It's fine. It's a mermaid. Percy is a mermaid. That's kinda it. There's no elbow on this arm. You don't get an elbow. This is another example of like, kinda like the Freerin meme. And I remember at the time I was really proud of it too, like, wow, look at this. I made him look so angsty and cool. Like a Junji Ito fucking panel or something. Look straight out of Uzumaki, right? Totally. This is also not my character. Yet again, a character of Goryo's. Yeah, I remember this was a gift, I believe. Wow, a gift. That's really all I remember about it. This was supposed to be a semi-realistic depiction of the same character. This is again an example. This is not quite as bad as Harold Potter, but look at it. But look at it. Look at those eyeballs. Semi-realism my ass. I remember I really tried with this too. I really tried. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, even though I'd never do realism. And it took me a long time, because I was still doing my really thin line art at the time, as you can see. Damn, I need some water. Hold up. Drink water, guys. Drink water. Harold Potter. Yeah! What else do I call him? That's not Harry Potter. But yeah, it's... Honestly, I don't think I could do much better than this, even now. Realism is not my thing. I don't do realism. This is very apropos for certain things I can't talk about just yet. But I drew this for Goryo's birthday at the time. I drew them a bunch of different drawings that year because I wanted to. And this is one of them. This is from the music video of The Greatest Living Show. And I was quite proud of it at the time. It's still okay. I think the lighting and shading is a bit lackluster. But it's decent. Oh god. This one had potential. This one had potential. But unfortunately, the execution was not great. Okay, so... This is the evil AU strikes again. This is evil Damien and evil Medicine Man. Except Medicine Man's not actually evil, he's just, like, going through it, basically. I'm not gonna explain more than that, because we would be here for a while. But, I think I could redo this. I could redo this. But I like the shading on the face overall. I think this, like, little corner is decent. But then you get to this. Then you get to this. Then you get to the shoulders in general. And then I cringe. Like, what is his mouth look like that? I don't know. I didn't know how to make the tongue look like it had blood in it. And also still look like a mouth, I guess. Can't believe you included that one. Why not? I was mainly going for, like, art progression stuff. And also something I wouldn't be too embarrassed about. We'll see how much YouTube likes this one. But, here's a reference sheet. This is Pop-Tartron! Yay! So this is 2023. So this was August 1st, because it was the day after Art Fight ended. Because that's when I made this character, who was my first Transformers character. before I even watched any Transformers. This was the OG. This is Pop-Tart Tron. I love her so much. She's a toaster. Very funny, very funny. She's a toaster. She's a Decepticon toaster, and she's themed after Cherry Pop-Tarts because Cherry Pop-Tarts are my favorite. Specifically, Great Value brand Cherry Pop-Tarts. I'm a dip, have fun. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, this... Oh, damn it, the loudest. As I was saying, this was my first ever robot, really, and she's still pretty human-y. I mean, all of my Transformers are human-y. They kind of have to be at least a little bit, because that's, like, kind of the point. But yeah, there's Pop-Tart. I need to redraw her, I think. She's still pretty cute, though. Here's another one. This is Silver Screech. This is my very, very evil Decepticon. He is supposed to be, like, Joker from the animated series. He's supposed to sound like that, too. Like, that's basically just this guy. If you take animated, like, Batman the Animated Series Joker and Art the Clown, and you smush them together with a robot, you get this guy. That's this character right here. That's Silver Screech. I still quite like him. He's my favorite of my Transformer OCs. He's just so fun to play with. He's so evil. Speaking of which, this is the fake screenshot I did with the evil man. I like that his leg is upright, but then he's supposed to be really close to the floor. Silver Screech is 56 feet tall, and Pop-Tart is 6 foot. So, yeah, this is canon accurate size difference, basically. I'm not gonna explain the lore behind this. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry, audience. I'm not doing it. You can laugh in reverse as much as you want. It's just too much to explain. Just know angst happened. That's all you need to know. This isn't a Transformer OC lore stream. Next, this is the first time I ever drew a horse and, like, actually tried. But honestly, for a first time, not terrible. It could be worse. This is Sugar Heartbeat, My Little Pony OC. Her whole, like, shtick is that she's a yandere murder pony. That was the whole vibe. Because I thought it'd be fun if she was, like, super unassuming and sweet, but then she kills people. Average MLP OC, honestly. I still like her, though. I redrew her recently. Well, not recently. It was probably a year ago, at least. Here's Pop-Tart again. This one was fun. I remember this one being really fun to draw. This was just... I wanted to draw Eye Strain, and so I did. Damn. She does look like that. That is... yeah. I don't have much to say about it. I'm still pretty happy with this one. It's very fun. Okay, this is more robot angst. I'm not gonna just, like, go into detail about. But, the song It's Been So Long, you know, the FNAF song, that fit really well with these characters, so I drew that. This is my character, SodaStream. He's basically Pop-Tart's dad. That's all you need to know about him for now. Here's Lazuli, another character that is not mine, but not Goryo's either. She's owned by the same person Seatree was. This was probably the first time I did my pencil shading with like a colored piece. The only problem is I didn't do that for the eyes. I did the eyes how I normally do eyes. So she really do got the stares at you with my blue eyes look. Snakes are cute though. Here's Eye Strain Hazari. Same, like, I like the Pop-Tart one so much that I did this character as well, because it fits the Jester Joker vibe Hazari has. So it's got a bit of candy gore and just very bright ass colors. Next, this is more D&D lore. But you can see the slight improvement of the side profiles. Especially if you go upside down. This is another side profile. Wow. It's okay. It's okay. It's still not great, but it's okay. I'm still not great at sub profiles even now. This one, I think, was cool because I did colored line art and like tried to actually make it match the color, which I usually don't do just because it's hard with how I do layering. But this one I was quite happy with at the time. It's okay. Not a character of mine, but whatever. This is my character Cremator, who is a hearse. And I just thought it looked cool, so I wanted to include it. And then we have the Shattered Glass version of this one. Shattered Glass in Transformers is basically like an opposite role swap AU kind of thing. So I did 2 of them. The eyes could look better. Otherwise, I don't hate this. It could look worse. Okay, this is an important drawing because I really liked it when I made it. I still quite like it. But I've redrawn it twice now. And I think if it gets redrawn more than once, I feel like it's a pretty important drawing in the mythos that is my digital art. So later on I'll show a bunch of side-by-side comparison type stuff because I love that type of shit. But I quite like this one. Every time. Here is Acid Stream. This is a character that technically belongs to Gorio, but I designed. I don't know how to feel about this design. I don't know how to feel about it anymore, but I wanted to include it because, damn, is it something to look at. Here's another picture of Leon. Haven't seen Leon in a hot minute. He went from having a 5 head to no head. Look at that shit. There, his hairline goes into his eyebrows. There is no forehead there. There's no forehead. He got no head. Like I said, he still has no head. He doesn't get any. This was that meme where it's like, I think we have to kill this guy. So I did that with Monica because I like Monica. And also Leon because he is very much a comfort character, for sure. For sure. Here's another picture of my character, Beth. I was pretty happy with this one when I made it. It also had a really ginormous dimension. And at the time, my iPad was struggling to keep up with it. Once I got into shading and all that. It couldn't handle the amount of angst I was drawing. Oh well. Okay, we're getting to the last bit. Within the last few years. So this is more just like me showing off art at this point, because this is so recent. I remember someone telling me that this drawing looks like a FNAF animatronic, and I can't say that that's incorrect. This is supposed to be lighting practice. He really does got that dead-eye stare, though. This character, I don't care for him much. It's another OC. I mainly draw my OCs. I've only, like, this year been drawing more fan art in general. But, yeah. That's that one. I have a analog horror inspired OC. This is Shirley. She's a she, her, NB. And looks like this. I wanted to include her just because she is a departure from my usual stuff, generally. And I thought, why not? So you get to see this now. Oh boy. Okay, this was also pretty, like, I don't really draw stuff like this. I was getting more daring with what I was letting myself draw. The anatomy is still kind of weird. It's still kind of weird. I don't like the mouth. I don't like this hand. The legs look okay. The hands don't look so great. Overall, I think it's decent. But I could do better. Kind of thing. So it's alright. I never really drew anything even remotely revealing. Until I made Percy, this character. More ponies! Here's the pony I mentioned earlier with the water hair. This is not like a shaded version of it, but I got better at water hair. I like him a lot. He is probably my favorite pony character. Yippee! Here's more Percy. I drew Percy a lot this year, I think. 2024? Yeah, that sounds about right. She's just such an icon. I don't know what to say. She's iconic to me. Shut up, it's not funny. Percy's birthday is Valentine's Day. So I drew Percy for Valentine's Day that year. This one... I drew this to vent one time just because I was pissed off. As I was saying, I drew this event one time because I was pissed off, and I drew it instead of sleeping. But then I showed it to my dad, and he was like, wow, you really captured the emotion here. This is so good. This is really good. And he was like showing his coworkers. I don't know. I mean, if it's apparently that good, I might as well include it. It's... I don't know what he saw in it. I mean, it's alright, I guess, but it's not like... It's no Hatsune Misu. Nothing can top that. That is the best thing I've ever drawn. Here's another one of Beth. I drew, like, Lovecore version of her because she's usually, like... I draw her with a bunch of blues and maybe a light palish pink. But I wanted to do full red. So I did. It was inspired by those Hell of a Boss playmats, because I was real into that at the time. Like, just Hell of a Boss in general. So I drew this. And then I drew a second one, but with Percy, because I wanted a pink one. So I did this. I still like it. I don't like this eye in particular, though. I think it's too big. But I don't hate it. Still like it. This one, not a big fan of this one anymore. But I drew this for Sprout Fight one year. It's actually in the little... They did for a while Art Fight, where with their mini game things like Sprout Fight, they would make a slideshow preview and then they would post it with all the submissions. And mine was in that year's. And I was very, very happy about that. But I wanted it to look like she was in a Vogue cover, obviously. So that's what I did. I think I got the letter vibe good, but then I don't know. It's alright. It's alright. I feel like I could do better. Here's another Miku. This was for Miku Day. The hair is better than the previous Mikus have been. This is also the first time I drew a song-specific Miku. This is Deep Sea Girl, if you're not a Vocaloid fan. Good song, go listen to it. I also don't draw people barefoot, just because I don't know how to draw toes. But I sucked it up this time, and I did it anyway, because you can't draw her with socks. It's Deep Sea Girl Miku, you can't do that. Here's Starscream. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the Transformer era. This is my stylized version of Starscream, my favorite Transformer. He's a little motherfucker, and I love him. Here is Silver Screech again. Yeah. This one, I just went like, let's just give him crazy colors. And so I did. For context, he's supposed to have like an obsession with Hot Wheels specifically. So I drew him with Hot Wheels. And I just gave him the color palette of, like, if you gave a toddler a coloring book. Because I thought it'd be fun. I still quite like this drawing. It's definitely a lot on the eyeballs. But whatever. Here's SodaStream again. I remember being really happy with this one. I used a different brush to shade than I usually do. I used, I think, more of a watercolor brush. And I was pretty happy with it. Don't have much to say about it. It's just, I think I was experimenting a lot with, brushes and shading at the time. Yeah, and this one took me 8 hours to draw. Straight 8 straight hours of drawing. Here's Misty, my Pegasus boy. Love him. He's a watercolor painter. Yeah. I was pretty happy with this one. Moving on. More Starscream. Look at him go. I was happy with the pose that I did on this one, and specifically the shading on the hand I really liked. I think the eyes are a bit too big. Otherwise, I don't really hate it. So, whatever. Here's my Megatron design. I like this design still. I think it looks cool. I never really did much with it, but I have it. This is how I envision Meg's bucket head. This was my first ever commission, actually. I never really wanted to do art commissions, but I do have them open, by the way, hint hint. But I was commissioned to draw this by a friend, so I did it. I got like, I think $40 or $50 from it, which was nice. This is Ida and Rain from the Owl House. They're great. Love these two. This is another Transformer character. This is Mello. He's basically just a hippie. He's supposed to look like... He's supposed to transform into those hippie vans, you know? The Volkswagens. It's supposed to be one of those. And I drew him in like those... Thank you, Laugh Track. Thank you, Laugh Track. So yeah, I drew him in one of those like trippy looking backgrounds. Here's Human Silver Screech, because I think his design slaps. He looks fucked up in the perfect way for this character. He looks so fucked up, and it's great. He's just, you don't wanna associate with this man. You don't wanna associate with him. He's a bit messed up. He enjoys killing people for fun. So maybe don't associate with this guy. You see this guy coming down the street, you walk the other way. Here's some fan art. Here's the pumpkin rabbit. Yes. I like the Walton Files. And even though I don't draw animals usually, this one was simple enough that I decided, you know what? Why not? So I did. Background leaves much to be desired, but whatever. It's not the focus. It doesn't matter. Here's the redraw of that other drawing. The Greatest Showman song. This one is still my profile picture on Tumblr, actually. Because I still like it. It's still good enough. Oh, this one I was really proud of. This was for Goryo's birthday of 2024. It took me a long time. I was still pretty happy with it. I like the rainbowy stuff. I like how dead the eye looks. I like the flowers. Yeah. Here's a strawberry shortcake. This is the version of strawberry shortcake I grew up with, the 2009 one. Yeah, not much else to say about it. I just wanted to include more fan art instead of just OC stuff. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I'm still really bad at side profiles. Look at that. I mean, it's better than the old ones, but still not great. Still not great. Oh yes, this is an iconic one for me, because I have that... I used to have this as my profile picture for fucking everything, because I was really proud of it. This is Leon in Decora. Decora. Fashion is great. Not much to say about it. I like drawing him in different types of clothes, because he has the biggest wardrobe known to man. I'm very funny. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Laugh Track. Thank you, Laugh Track, for appeasing my ego. Anyway, I really like this drawing. I think his face looks kind of weird now, but I'm still pretty happy with it. Oh wow, yeah, I forgot I added this one. This is a more side profile being bad. Also some toxic yaoi. Hashtag Pride Month. Hashtag gay. Hashtag gay rights. Hashtag more yaoi. I don't know. Song lyrics. Again. These are characters of mine. Again. I'm not gonna get into it. I should not get into it. All you need to know is they are incredibly codependent. Incredibly codependent, and this guy's a vampire, and this guy's not. So yeah, that's really all you need to know. They are very toxic. The toxic yaoi, for real. Anyway, this is a drawing I made for my little sister one year for her birthday. Because there's no Vine Boom for that. Because she really liked Ponyo at the time. And my mom actually had this printed out, and it's still, like, in a frame in her room to this day. I was never happy with this drawing. But whatever. Shit happens. Oh no. Okay, this is one of my first Jasmine Bean fan art drawings. Not the first, but one of the first. The first one I really didn't want to add. I didn't want to include it. If you know, you know, with where this is from. I wanted to include it, though, because the mouth. I tried. I really tried. I tried. But, I don't like it much anymore. So moving on. Here's another drawing of Lara I don't like. Because she looks wall-eyed. Her eyes are going two opposite directions. And I remember even at the time being like, oh. Like, once I finished it, it was like, oh no. It's too late now, though. I can't go back. So I finished it. Oh, man. It would be fine if it weren't for that. If the face just didn't look like that, it would have been fine. Whatever. Whatever. This one I was really happy with. I wanted to do something monochrome, because I always draw Percy in pink, because that's, like, his main color. But then I went for an all blue. And I think it looks really cute. The hair's kind of weird. In the way of, like, the bangs probably should look a bit different if this is the intended hairstyle. But I didn't bother. Otherwise, I think it holds up alright. The hand is a bit strange with how it's placed, but whatever. Yes, I didn't fix the title, but this is Evil Hazari redesign. Much happier with it. I think it looks way better. Oh yeah! Okay, I had a little series a while back on Instagram where I did a bunch of Monster High redesigns. And these were them! I did plan on having a bunch more. I wanted to do, like, the Werecat twins, I wanted to do Operetta, and I had a design for Operetta, I just never drew her digitally. But she does have a design in my fake little universe. And I think a few others I had intended. But these were the ones that I did make. I think my favorite is probably Toralei. And maybe... I actually know my least favorite's Gulia, because she did not come out the way I intended. I wanted her to look more seen, and this is not really seen. Anyway, moving on. Here's the redraw of the Lo-Fi Cyrus. I think the side profile is way better. Way better than it was. It's still not great, but it is a way better than it was. And I didn't trace anything except the hands. That's the only thing I trace. Hands. And to preface, they are pictures of my own hands that I trace. I don't trace other people's stuff. We're getting into 2025. This was based off of a picture of a pinup girl. I drew this. Very revealing. But I think it's cute. I like how the face turned out. Then there's this one. I don't like this one. But we have Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, man. I don't like how it turned out. She looks weird. Her hand looks bad. Foot looks weird. Skirt could be better. But whatever. At this point, I've completely abandoned my thin-ass line art. I don't do it anymore. I used to do it at this point for, like, main ref art, but not for, like, other drawings. Nowadays, I just don't do it at all. Just, period. This drawing was another Valentine's Day Percy one. I think it's cute. This is Barf. She's an OC I made for a speech class assignment once. Her name stands for Better Attention Retention Friend. She's supposed to be like a little one of those like self-care app mascots. I'm very funny. It's such a funny name. Her name's Barb. Here's Serena again. We haven't seen her in a while. She's got a redesign at this point. I think her face looks kind of strange. And I think generally I could have done a bit better with this one, but I don't completely hate it. It was an attempt at doing something cool. Here's Lucinda. This is not my character. This is Lara's character. She's not here. She's streaming right now, actually. I'm pretty sure. But I was happy with this one because it's supposed to be based off of the Fallen Angel painting, the one with the Lucifer one. Don't know if that's Vine Boom worthy, but okay. I thought it was cool. I thought it fit the vibe, and I think I captured the expression pretty decently. Here's another Jasmine Bean. I really like Jasmine Bean. This one's better. Still don't like the hair very much. It's just like a difficult hair to draw with my normal style. I feel like Jasmine's looks are usually has a lot of like floofy, stringy kind of hair, and I'm not very good at doing that with my art style. I try, but I don't know. It looks better than the other one does. This one is... well, it's Leon and his brother, and in the background is a Middle Mist Red, which is the namesake of these guys. Their last name is Middle Mist because the Middle Mist Red is the rarest flower in the world. Fun fact. So, it fits with the lore and whatever, and I was really happy with this one. I think the contrast of the blue and red is pretty cool. Side profiles have gotten better. We'll leave it at that. Here's Cyrus again, except he's a mermaid. Wow. I remember being happy with this. I still like it. I think the arms are a bit short, though. I don't have much commentary with a lot of these later ones. I just wanted to include recent years as well. Okay, here's another angst one. This is Audria, except she got stabbed. I don't remember what I was venting about at the time, but this was a vent drawing. I think I was, like, sad and upset. But I don't remember why, but I ended up drawing this. Not much else to say about it. Okay, Leon, Pride Month for last year. Oh boy, the pose, I did use a reference, but because of the dress, you can't really tell what's supposed to be happening with the bottom half here. So the legs look kind of strange. But I remember this one took me forever. This took me forever. But I still got it up June 1st. I almost said January. Wrong J month. Necklace, could look better. Could look better. The colors are supposed to be crazy, though. This man wears crazy shit. Oh, yeah, I forgot I added this one. This one, if you know The Rose of Versailles, it is a manga/anime series, and I tried to mimic this style with another of Goryo's OCs. So I did this. Honestly, I think I did okay. think I did alright. But yeah, not much else to say about that. This is another one where I actually did a background. I don't like the background. I think you can tell that I just gave up on the background after a while. I just stopped giving a shit. It's supposed to be... No, go back. It's supposed to be purple carnations because I looked up the meaning of, like, symbolism or whatever of it one time, and it fit this character. But now, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the meaning of purple carnation was. Whatever. It could look better. It's just like, when I'm drawing, I tend to like to finish it all in one sitting, because I'm just like that. I don't know. And if it, what am I trying to say? I just get fatigued after a while. I just kind of get tired, and I want it to be done so bad. So the like final details end up suffering, which is like the background is definitely the last thing I did. Here is my character named Seven. He's a bird. He's a bird creature. I'm not very good at wings. I wish I was better. But this was my honest attempt at drawing wings at the time. I couldn't do much better than this, honestly. This was only last year. Here is a spooky creature. This is Luna. This was inspired by the game Metamorph, which is another one Lara played. I only know of it because she played it, and I edited the fucking video of her playing it, and I was like, this game kind of fucks. I'm gonna make OCs based off of it. So I made this one. She wasn't always a spider monster, but now she is. She's a spider monster. Oh man, here's another one for Gorio's birthday. His eyes are going the wrong way. That's great. I don't like how this one's shaded very much. It's okay. It's passable. But I don't like it. It could look so much better. I certainly tried, though. Okay, yeah, this is Affogato Cookie. He's my favorite character in Cookie Run Kingdom. He's so slay. He's so diva. He's so evil. Such a motherfucker. Yup. I was really happy with this one. I still think it's alright. It's okay. Not much else to say about it. This one, I used a reference photo. The main thing I don't like about it is I didn't execute it quite like how I envisioned. Like with this hand here and all that. It doesn't have the same vibe that I wanted. I wish I could, like, projector beam my vision in my head of a drawing into reality, but I can't. I had such an epic vibe in mind for this drawing, and I didn't quite execute it how I wanted to. But on the plus side, I know how point shoots work now. The anatomy is a lot better than it was, so that's good. Here's another Jasmine Bean drawing. This one, actually... Wait, no, not this one. That's a different one. This one I had entered in a contest on the official Jasmine Bean Discord server to be the server icon. And I didn't win. But I'm still quite happy with this drawing. I still like it. Yippee. Here's Jeff the Killer. He's gonna Jeff the Kill you. I wanted to include this one just because it is also not, like, a typical thing you've seen so far. I grew up with creepypasta as well, and I was feeling nostalgic, so I drew this motherfucker, because he was like, the creepypasta that I really liked. of like, the major characters in the fan base. This is the one I always liked the most. So I did my little take of how I wanted him to look. Here's Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm not happy with it, unfortunately. I really wanted to draw that one scene where she's coming to fight the big bad guy, and she's all fucked up like this, you know, in the movie. And I thought it looked so cool. I really wanted to draw it, and then I drew this. I thought it looked fine before I shaded it, and then I shaded it, and it looked bad. Whatever, I could probably redo it, but I don't wanna. And I don't know what it is about the shading, but I don't like how it turned out. Okay, this one I do like how it turned out, though. This is another one of my characters. Big surprise. I drew this Halloween night after I came home because I was exhausted. I just think it turned out pretty good. I like how she ended up looking. Witty. This Jasmine Bean drawing did win the profile picture server contest. And I was so happy. It stayed as the server icon for a few months. I was ecstatic. Let me tell you, I was so happy. I was so happy. And I still like how it looks. I drew it in maybe a couple hours. Yippee! Okay, here's an example of me finally figuring out how to draw a poster and make it look how I wanted it to. I am very happy with this, generally. I still have a couple things that I'm pissed off about. Like, she's supposed to have blue eye bag looking things on this like here, and I forgot to draw them. I forgot. I was so mad at myself once I realized. This one took me at least 10 hours, and I did it in 2 sittings. It was like maybe 8 hours the first one, then 2 just the last, finishing up the next day, because I couldn't do it anymore after a while. But yeah, I was really happy with this one. Still quite happy with it. It took me a long time, and I really tried to pay attention to detail. Yay! So yeah, this is the Laraverse. Here's more Leon. R.I.P. the Laraverse. Yeah, dead, deceased. Reduced to atoms. Oh wow. This is another Leon drawing. Leon and his brother, Gerard. And I gave them, like, what do you call it? Like a coat of arms type thing. Because I thought it'd be fun, and it is triumph in life and death. And this is like the Latin of it. I don't know, I thought it was fun for the lore, and I just wanted to add something to the drawing. I thought it looked good. This is also my profile picture on a lot of stuff now. Just this. And now this year, this is just like, look at cool things I did recently. Look at the lighting. Look at how much better I've gotten. You can tell that they're like on a bed, or like sheets at least. You can tell. You can tell now. The hair looks like hair. Amazing. I forgot I added this one. This was the first thing I drew of Leon this year. I thought it was funny, so I wanted to include it. I drew it with Jimmy Fallon. Because I feel like he would be notorious enough to get onto the Tonight Show. Like, I feel like he would. There's no way he wouldn't, honestly. If Colleen Ballinger could score the Tonight Show at one point, so could Leon. Moving on. Leon again, except angsty this time. Can you tell I still like this character a lot? Can you tell? He got a redesign recently, after years. Yeah, I like this one. It's the first time I drew him without, like, the front-facing anime nose like I usually would have. And not much else to say about it. I don't think I was venting at the time. I just wanted to draw him angsty for once, because I usually don't. Here's Sea-Tree again. I drew Sea-Tree again for the first time in a long time, because I felt like it. And I felt like I never really actually stuck to her actual design, which is supposed to look like this. At the time when, like, the D&D era was, like, big in my head, and, like, my point in my life, I was not very good at drawing different types of faces or bodies. Or even like just different eye shapes. Yeah. Wait for it to pass, wait for it to pass. So anyway, I actually stuck to her intended design this time. And I was happy with it. I think it looks nice. Here's another Miku. I haven't drawn default Miku this year, but I have drawn 3. I have drawn default Miku this year. I take that back. It was for a joke though, so I don't think I included it on here. I have drew Sakura Miku for this year's Sprout fight. Because I wanted to. I had a resurgence on my Vocaloid face recently. I think it's starting to die down though. But, more Miku. Speaking of which, Mako. Mako is my second favorite Vocaloid. I really like her. This is kind of like a hodgepodge of like both official designs of her and also just stuff I felt like adding. I like her a lot. I think this came out alright. I think it's okay. I also watched Tokyo Mew Mew all the way through. I finished it like, I don't know, last month. So I drew Mint because she's my favorite. It's okay. I'm not super happy with this one. It's better than my first attempt at it. The first one was pretty bad. But, you know, it's alright. I wanted to include it because, you know, even like recent stuff, I'm not always going to be happy with it. Even though I think now, I'm generally pretty happy with stuff I end up making. Which is great because for the longest time, I would be happy with the drawing for maybe a few months and then already hate it. So it's nice to be at a place where I consistently, generally pretty happy with the things I end up making. Like this one I made pretty recently, actually. Lara's redesign. Quite happy with it. It is so small in dimension because it was supposed to be the original iPhone pixel size because, you know, Y2K and all that is the vibe. And it came out, the iPhone came out 2007, so I was like, okay, guess I'm doing that. I can't do the iPhone after that because then that was like 2010s. And that's not Y2K anymore. And then we have Rin Penrose. This took me a while. And when I realized her leg was see-through, I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. This took so long to draw. I'm not even a huge Rin Penrose fan. I like her. I don't watch much of her stuff right now. It was a fan art request. On Instagram. I do those sometimes. So I was like, okay, sure. And then I decided to do a full body like a lunatic. And so I drew this. Rin Penrose 2. And here... Shut up, Fine Boom. This is my most recent drawing. I drew this... It wasn't yesterday. I think it was 2 days ago. And I'm happy. I'm very happy with this drawing. It's actually not just a static standing pose for once. Which is nice, because I tend to stick with what I'm comfortable with, which is like static standing poses. So I didn't do that this time. And also happy Pride Month! Have this motherfucker again. Damn. With that being said, let's show some comparisons of old stuff. Okay, here's Cordelia, all the way from 2018 to now, like her redesigned version, but still. You can see how the hands get progressively better. Just the body in general gets a lot better. Same with this. I think this one's even better because this one has this year and also 2020. I couldn't draw men for the longest time. This is probably my This attempt right here is like a genuine, I don't know how to draw men, but I'm gonna try attempt. I also love how like his hair gets more exaggerated over time. It just gets even bigger. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good indicator of how my art has progressed, I think, visually. You can see where I got better at shading and anatomy and not giving people tiny feet, but also not giant feet. Here's another one. This is Serana. This is Serana now. Wow. I need to transition to bold lines. It was around, I think it was 2024, I started doing that more. But I didn't do it for things like, you know, the standard still reference pictures like these. Because that's how I had always done it. Honestly, the bold lines is just how I do sketching. Like, I go from, like, a stick figure of, like, the pose outline to something like this. I just use the eraser a lot to make it look more pointy. So I figured if the sketch looks better than this really thin line art that I hate doing anyway, why bother? So I stopped doing that. And it was pretty much, I think, maybe this year, last year, about that I finally stopped doing the really thin line art. Because, like, this, I'm kind of covering it, but it's 2025. Like, I still did the really thin line art for redesign and stuff like that. But then, like, this Leon redesign, which I think was maybe last month, I think, I just used the regular lines that I do now. Because I could not be bothered, and I think it looks better anyway. I think it looks more interesting. But yeah, I did a line art phase for the longest time, and I'm so particular about how I want my lines to look that it just took so much longer than it needed to, so I don't know. It works out better to have thicker lines, and I just think it looks better anyway for my stuff. Here is the big Miku comparison. All the way from Hasuna Misu to this year. I thought it'd be fun to have, like, a good visual. The fucking vine boom. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. I do love the transition from 2017 to 2018, though. That's such a big leap, I feel. Like, that's crazy difference. I mean, I think you can still kind of tell that it's me, but it's very different. I always love comparing, like, my really old shit to, like, current stuff because it looks really, really different. It's the joys of being an artist. Oh yeah, okay, so now we're getting into, like, specific drawing redraws. Like, I traced this hand. I took a picture of my hand and I traced it. I love doing redraws of my older pieces because it's fun to do shit like this. I like looking at the old one and comparing and contrasting. It's so satisfying. He did have a 5 head though. He's got a better 4 head now. He's got better expressions, better shading. His hair doesn't look like crap anymore. I also just had drawn him so much by 2024 that I knew how to draw him in, like, the stylized way that I like drawing him. So this time, he was such a recent character that he still had, like, limp dick little bangs. That's why, like, whenever I commission art of him, I'm like, you need to make the bangs look, like, angular, because otherwise you're doing it wrong. He has to have sharp, pointy bangs that are this exact shape, or else it's not correct. You miss the point by a mile if it is not this shape. I'm very particular about his hair. Here's this one again. You can see that I got better at posing in general. They look way less stiff. They look way less stiff. And the speech bubbles also still got better. These aren't the current designs anymore, but I still like it. I still like this drawing. It's cute. Here's the Lo-Fi Cyrus drawings. This was more the intended vibe that I wanted for the original, but I realized there's a note here that says, like, dinner with Percy at 6 p.m. And if I made it nighttime, it wouldn't make sense. So I made it, like, dusk. So that would make sense that 6 p.m. would be later. But instead, I just made it rainy here. So, like, it doesn't matter. I wanted, like, a dark academia vibe. Because this character, he's very much that vibe. So, I did that way better. I did that way better here. Here's the 3 victors. The trilogy. Excuse me. This is the original one. This is the most recent one. Biggest difference between this one is I actually took a picture of my face and referenced how my face actually looked making the expression. Because with both of these, I was just kind of winging it. I was just kind of going off of vibe. But then this one, like, you can actually tell that the nose is going towards where the mouth is wrinkling towards. If that's how you English, you know. I also colored the lines. I didn't do that in this one. Gee, we love art progression. Yeah, I got a lot better with shadows. What else? Oh yeah, this is the last one I have. This one I didn't include in the original slideshow. But again, just another example of posing getting better. Posing got a lot better. And yeah, still thick line art. This is how my sketches used to look. But then they just ended up getting thicker over time. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. But it just ended up kind of happening. I'm still not very happy with his face, though. He looks weird. With all that being said. Ahem. 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 Here are my socials. I am on Instagram, and Tumblr, and Blue Sky, and VGen. Outside of my VTuber accounts, that is. I am on Blue Sky and Tumblr for VTuber stuff. So, you know, if you would be so kind. If you felt like, if you like my stuff, I post there. I post on these places. Yay! That's basically it. That's all I had prepared. That was 201 slides. Oh man. My throat hurts. My throat hurts so bad from talking for so long. Yes, it's very funny. I'm turning off the goddamn laugh track. The laugh track is driving me insane. Yeah, that's basically all I had planned today. I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I could do, like, BuzzFeed quizzes or something when I finish. But no, I don't have the energy for that. I have things to do. So I think I'll end it here. As far as when I will be streaming next, I am going to be streaming next week. I'm be streaming next week on Friday. I have a collab. Me and Lara are gonna play the Backrooms game. We're gonna play the Backrooms game. At least that's the intended plan. I will announce it closer to, but that is an intended plan. Yeah. Otherwise, I have something in the works, so we might possibly end up having actually weekly streams. Possibly. I say possibly just because, you know, like, just in case. Just in case it doesn't end up working out. I have the thing I want to do. So we might have more regular streams, which would be nice. Because I do really like streaming. It's fun. I just don't always have the time or energy or willpower. So maybe having, like, a commitment would make it easier. But yeah, other than that, that's it from me. The Vine Boom's still going. Whatever. Thank you guys for coming and basking at my bullshit for however long it's been. Like 3 hours? Jesus Christ. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you next week, I guess. So yeah. Bye-bye.